Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We would like to call the Council Properties Committee to order, and after the committee members have had an opportunity to look at the minutes, I will entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, let it be known by the voting sign aye.
Aye.
Opposed by the same sign. New business, authorization for a temporary airport lease with Sanders Flight Training Center at the Tuscaloosa National Airport. Mr. Jeff Powell, thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good afternoon.
We are excited that we were able to partner with Sanders, who started flight training as a Part 141 school earlier this year at the airport, that they are needing to send the remaining part of their fleet to Tuscaloosa due to some runway construction in Jasper. So we're able to provide some hangar space and some additional tie downs, maybe a 2-month use of our airport. So this agreement reflects our agreement while they're here in Tuscaloosa.
Jeff, first of all, let me say Sanders Aviation is doing a wonderful job. Had the opportunity to go up there to their flight school, and Mr. Tyler, you should have been there to see all those young people really performing. So looking forward to what she's going to bring here in the city of Tuscaloosa. How many planes is she thinking about bringing?
It's around 15 airplanes. It's their whole operation.
Okay.
They have about 20-something aircraft. I think they may be positioning some in Fayette, but the majority of their fleet will be here in Tuscaloosa during that runway closure. We hope that it'll be quick because I know that's their home. It's an additional cost for them, but we're glad that they thought of us and being able to support them.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
Do you have, is that gonna affect you on game days? Is there space?
It won't. They don't conduct flight training operations on the weekend, so we can consolidate the aircraft in one smaller area. So in the grand scheme of things, with the amount of pavement that we have, around 90 acres, we don't think it's going to be detrimental. Our larger games were going to be later in September. We don't even know the exact day of their closure, so this lease is drafted up that it could start in October, it could start at the end of this month, depending on when they get the final bids back for their runway project.
So the timeline is sometime either September or October?
It's flexible.
Okay.
We could do it next spring if something falls through and they need to push it back. So we won't initiate it until they get notice that the runway will officially close.
Okay.
I'll make a motion we approve.
Second.
All in favor, let it be known by the voting sign aye.
Aye.
All right, opposed by the same sign. Next, authorization to retain the firm of Kaplan Kirsch for professional services regarding the Tuscaloosa National Airport.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Jeff Powell.
We've been working with this firm for a little over 3 years now. They provide supplemental legal service when we need something really industry technically based. What are other airports doing? What's within grant compliance? We've leaned on them for a variety of projects. Our last agreement lasted over 16 months, so they're on call. It's not a monthly retainer, so this agreement could last a year, 2 years, or even more. So we put a budget with, this is normally in our airport operating budget. It's not a new expense. I'm just looking to renew that engagement letter with Kaplan and Kirsch.
What, can you give me an example of why you would, of something you could
Sure.
use them for?
We used them in our FBO negotiations of things we could do to help that conversation. We helped them develop the hangar incentive policy. They do airport fee reviews if we're trying to update like our special event. They can help us make sure that we're doing it in a compliant way. Our airport authority review, they've done some reviews of those things that are specific to Alabama. We looked at a permit for agriculture spraying crop dusters. They looked at some of the ways that they've seen that being handled at other airports, and they've assisted us with 7 different leases over the last 16 months. So they're really able to provide a quick turnaround when OCA needs us to look at some of the things what other airports are doing. And those are the projects that are just in this last engagement letter.
So quality investment.
That's very important. This takes me back to my first year as a TV reporter, and
A long time ago.
1980, and there was a there was we had to run in and say, is it working now? Do you turn that rabbit ear? But it said, they sprayed Tordon all over Hell County in the very rural areas, very poor area. And it was, 60 Minutes ended up getting on that. It got so big, but I remember that, and it was not a good ending for that little airport, for that little airport business that was doing it.
specific to ag spray, most of the things that come through Tuscaloosa, they are doing pellets to help the pine trees grow quicker. It's not a spray or chemical, it's
Yeah.
mostly pellets. So it's a lot, it's changed a lot since the.
And then the big story there was that they didn't care because that was people that they
Didn't
were,
count.
they didn't count, yeah.
Any other questions?
Need a motion?
Yes, sir.
Motion.
Second,
All in favor? That'll be known by the voting sign aye.
Aye.
Opposes by the same sign.
I felt like
All right.
Dan Rather.
Thank y'all.
Our next meeting will be Tuesday, October 1st. May I entertain the motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?